So I would like to welcome everyone today to yoga. With us today is Judy from Honor Yoga. She has been with us before, and we have now modified the class, and we're going to do a chair yoga class today. So she's kind of told you what kind of chair you need, how you want to be sitting. I'm going to suggest, if you want to see her larger, go up to the corner and pick speaker view, and you will see Judy larger on your screen. So Judy, whenever you're ready to start.
All right. Okay, I'm ready. I've got my chair. I have my feet firmly planted on my yoga mat, so I am ready to go. And again, welcome, Kendal at Home Yogis. As we said, my name's Judy, and I'm here at the Honor Yoga Studio in Westlake, Ohio. I don't know where you guys are from. Are you all from Ohio? All from around here?
Ohio, yeah.
Ohio.
Okay. All right. So we are here and we are ready to start. I went over the safety precautions already. So as we're sitting in this chair, we want to be planted. We want to feel stable and strong. So press your feet into the floor. You might want to scoot up just a little bit in your chair so that you create a little bit of a right angle from your shin to your thigh, and press into your feet so you're solid. You'll feel your thighs engage as you do that. Once you have your lower part of your body settled in, roll your shoulders back, let your chest lift up, hold through the crown of your head, and then let your chin drop down just a centimeter, and you'll feel that elongation in the back of your neck. So in yoga, the most important part is breathing. I know I'm looking at my computer and I should be looking at that camera. So the most important part of yoga is the breath and moving in unison with your inhales and your exhales. So we're going to start today working on inhaling and exhaling, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, and coming into a state of calm. So place your hands right on your thighs so that they're comfortable there, or you can just stack your hands and place them in your lap. And as we're going through these breathing exercises, check back in with your posture, making sure your shoulders are back and your feet are planted. So you can close your eyes right now if you feel balanced and just follow the sound of my voice. Bring your lips together or just gently parted, and start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And as you're breathing in and out, taking those inhales and exhales, on your inhale, work at not allowing your shoulders to come up, but bringing your breath deep down into your belly. So let's take another inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to add one more part to this inhale and exhale. Inhale. And as you're exhaling, relax your shoulders, relax your thighs, relax your knees. We'll take another inhale. And as you're inhaling,
You just went. Judy, you are now muted. Okay, now you're good.
I'm on
Did we
the
get her
Kendal
unmuted?
at home thing. Can you call me back in about an hour?
so that
Okay,
should have
I'm
been
here.
just
All right, bye.
about 3 breaths. you can bat your eyes open, readjust in your seat. And then we're going to get started warming up the joint capsules and tendons and ligaments so we can bring that fluid into each part of our body, muscles and fascia, so that as we begin moving, you will have a better or a greater range of motion, and it will feel like you're able to get into your poses a little bit easier. They'll feel a little bit more comfortable. And that reminds me to bring up the word comfort. Yoga, you should always be very comfortable because you want to concentrate on breathing, not thinking about, oh, my hip hurts or I've really stretched my arm too much. Just take it until you feel like you have a sensation of a very mild stretch. So with that said, let's interlace our fingers in our lap, in your lap, and on an inhale, bring your arms out in front of you as though you're holding a beach ball, thumbs pointing up. We'll stay for that exhale. Take an inhale again, and then push your arms out. Stay for your exhale, and then inhale, bring your hands back in. Inhale, start to bring your hands up and over your head and go as far as you can, but when your range of motion stops, that's where you stop. You can try to pull your thumbs back, and once you've gotten to the place where you're comfortable, open up your elbows a little bit so that your shoulder blades come together. And we're going to take a nice, long, slow breath here, just like the breath that we started with. Inhaling through your nose, creating space. Exhaling through your nose, relaxing. And then let's bring our arms back down. Inhale your right hand up and let it rest on the side of your head as your right ear comes down towards your shoulder. Not pressing, just using that light weight of your hand to create a small amount of pressure. Come into that rhythmic breath. We're going to come back up to center. Stay for the exhale. Inhale up with the left arm. Place it on the right side of your head. Let your head tilt to the left. Come into your breath. And release. Come back through center. Your hands can rest on your lap. Sit up on your inhale. And on your exhale, let your chin come down towards your chest. You're creating some space here in the vertebrae of your neck, elongation of length. And then on your next inhale, slowly draw a picture with your nose, going all the way up to the ceiling, real slow, taking care of your neck here. And then as you're exhaling, bring yourself back through center. And then we're going to interlace our fingers again, one more time. So your fingers are interlaced. Inhale all the way up. Widen your elbows. And then tilt to the right. You kind of feel like you're drawing your right elbow down toward the floor. Keep your feet pressing into the mat. Stay here so we can get that stretch to work into our deeper tissues. And inhale up through center. Stay for the exhale. And then take an inhale. And as you're exhaling, go over to the left. And we stay here again. So we're going to work that stretch. And come up. Bring your arms down into your lap. Palms face up. And then we're going to take a little quarter turn over to the right. Bring your hands up and around. So we're going to make these little circles, quarter turn to the left. Sweep your arms down and around. Feeling this in your shoulders. So we're really moving our shoulders right now. And moving the upper part of your torso, and the bottom part of our bodies are staying very still. Practice working this through with your breath. When you inhale on the up, exhale on the down. So a lot going on here. We're trying to breathe and move at the same time. And you're trying to match that breath with your movement. So let's bring our hands back into our lap so we can go in the opposite direction. So this time, inhale as you're going over toward the left. Then take your quarter turn to the right. Exhale down. Remember, we're just trying to move our torso right now, making all of this motion come from the shoulders. So helping to increase your range of motion here, especially in your daily activities. One more circle around. And then release and shake out your hands, shake out your arms, readjust. I need to fix my clothes. Roll your shoulders down and let your hands hang down at your side. So we did a lot of shoulder work just now, so we need to just relax them down. So inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears, just let them go down. We're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale it up and just let them come down, releasing tension on the exhale. 2 more. 1 more. All right. Let's walk your feet out a little bit, toe your feet out, heel toe it out so that your feet are about in line with the legs on your chair. We're going to bring our hands up to our lap right here, or onto our thighs right here. We're going to do something called the wave. So this is a move that, or a motion or a pose that they do in something called Qigong, which is Chinese yoga. And this is going to loosen up our spine as we start working toward whole body poses. So feet are planted nice and strong, sitting up. We're using your hands on your thighs for stability. And on an inhale, we're going to bring the chest forward. And on your exhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears and press your belly button toward your spine, chin to your chest. So we're moving in this wave motion. In, forward, up, back. So your shoulders are moving, your spine's moving, your head is moving. Inhale when you get to the back. And Qigong movements are very slow, thoughtful, really tuning into your body movements as you go through these. And then on your next round, take a stop in the center, and we're going to go in the opposite direction. So this time we're going to lean back and tuck our tailbone under, bring your chin to your chest, and come forward. So we're going in the opposite direction this time. Use your breath. Concentrate on your body movement. Part of what makes yoga so calming to our nervous system and to your mind, and makes you feel very relaxed afterwards, is we kind of forget about all of the things that are happening around us because we're so focused on our breath and on our movement. And let's come back through center, tiptoe your feet back together. We're going to hold on to the chair right here just for stability. And the left hand is going to inhale all the way up. And we're going to take that over the top of your head. Reach your fingers to all the way over to the right, and let your right ear come down towards your shoulder so you have a stretch right in this part of your body, all along that left torso. Reaching, breathing. And we're going to take this right arm and inhale all the way up and exhale all the way over. Hold on to your chair on the left side. Turn your left ear toward your left shoulder. Then reach your fingertips And as you're breathing, fill up your torso with air. Create a lot of space here on your right side body. And then as you exhale, relax that all down. And then inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, your hands all the way alongside of your chair. So there's a pose in yoga called mountain pose. It's when you're standing up, you're very straight, you have perfect posture. It's a very stable, strong pose. It's also a very grounding pose. So while we're in the chair, we're going to get ourselves grounded in here and come into a seated mountain pose. So we're going to wiggle your sit bones so that you really feel that you're sitting in here grounded into the seat of your chair. Press your feet into the mat, pick up all of your toes, but leave your big toe mound pressing into the mat and press into your heels. And then let your toes come back down one at a time. So right now you have light toes on the floor, but you're heavy in your heels and heavy in that toe mound. Pressing in, your thighs are slightly engaged here. Inhale, lift your chest. Lift the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Tuck your chin that centimeter so you have the space in the top of your neck. Let your hands fall alongside of you with your palms facing forward, and then reach your fingertips toward the mat or toward the ground. This is a seated mountain pose. We're going to come into our breath again here. So inhale, you're opening up your chest, creating the space there, and exhaling, let your shoulders slide down your back, and let your shoulders get soft and relaxed. You take 3 breaths in this mountain pose in your own time, in your own rhythm. And then I'll meet you back here in about 30 seconds. All right. So we are going to come into a twist. So hands are going to come all the way up and over your head. We're going to take a little quarter turn over to the right. Bring your left hand across your body, holding on to the outside of your right thigh, and bring your left or your right hand right behind your chair. And inhale, lift up. And as you're inhaling up, take your gaze over your right shoulder, just until you feel like you have that twist in the upper part of your torso. So we're just working the upper part of our body right now, not letting the low back be a part of this twist. Move with your shoulders. And we're going to inhale everything back up, right over your head. And exhale, take your turn to the left. Let your right hand come to your left, outer left thigh. Bring your left arm behind your chair. Lift and exhale as you let your left shoulder come back a little bit. And stay here for 3 breaths. Create space on your inhale and relaxation on your exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, let your hands land right onto your lap. And we're going to inch our feet so that they are maybe just to the outside of your chair legs. So you have your knees are, I don't know, maybe 10 inches apart. And then refind your stable feet. Place your hands on your thighs. And we're going to take a forward fold here to stretch our back out. So on an inhale, pull your sit bones back, bring your chest forward, bring your shoulders back. Tuck your chin, maybe an inch, so that your back is straight. It feels like it's on an incline. Stretching your low back here. If you can, see if you can lower yourself down a little bit more. Keep working at coming closer and closer to your thighs. And slowly come up. And we do these little mini inversions. When you come back up, you might find that you feel a little lightheaded. Maybe you had a little drop in blood pressure. So take a moment here if that happens to just let everything come back down so that you feel normal again. And we're going to inch our feet toward each other and both hands on the right thigh, ground through your left foot, and on an inhale, bring your knee up towards your chest and flex your foot. This is also another way to get a little stretch in your low back. Shoulders come back, chest is lifted, pull through the crown of your head. Let the stretch work. That's why we stay here for a little bit so we can really get into those deeper tissues. And then drop your foot down. And this time we're going to slide our hands over to the left side, ground through your right foot. Inhale, bring your left leg up, lifting your chest. Flex your foot. We'll stay here for about 3 breaths. And drop your foot. And we're just going to let your knees fall from side to side. A little rocking motion here. We had our thighs engaged there, so just work that out. Let them soften up. And then this time we're going to plant that left foot, and we're going to come into a seated pyramid pose. So right leg goes out onto the heel, left knee is bent, left foot is grounded. Inhale up so you have all your space and length in your spine. And on an exhale, we're going to start to fall forward. Chest comes out, chest comes out. You're going to feel this in your hamstring as you come forward. So if it's too much, bend your knee a little bit. If you don't feel anything here and you want more of a stretch, bring your toes towards your body. And only lean forward as far as is comfortable for you. So if this is enough, this is enough. You know, I do this all the time, so I can usually lean pretty far forward. And keep breathing. And inhale yourself up. Bring that knee in. Windshield wiper just to work that out. Sometimes it also helps to rub your knees. You know, my knees can bother me sometimes, and it just feels better when I create a little bit of my own heat here, rubbing those out. And then bring the left foot out. Sit up as you're breathing so everything gets lifted and create the length. And then exhale and fold forward. Again, it might feel a little different because we always have, you know, each side of our body is a little bit different than the opposite side. So maybe this feels a little tighter. Bend your knee if that happens. And again, on this side, if you want something extra, you can bring your toes back towards your body. And inhale yourself back up. And windshield wiper your legs out. And we're going to come into something called Warrior One. We can do that one of 2 ways. One way would be to make a slight adjustment. So we're kind of sitting on the right hip, turned about 3/4 or 2/3 of the way over on your chair. Or just keep yourself facing forward and you'll just move your hands. So if you want to move along with me, I'm sitting so that I am about maybe 2/3 of the way over, or 1/3 of the way over. Plant your front foot so that you feel it steady on the ground, and then your left knee is bent up on your toes, or if you have your tennis shoes on, just try to get up on your toes or on the toe of your shoe. So we're facing in this direction now. Stable. I press into my feet. So all poses are built from the ground up. So I want to feel stable first in my feet. Stable on my chair. If you only want to lift one arm, you can hold onto the back of your chair. So my gaze is up and out, forward. Inhale, bring your hands up. Keep pressing through your feet. Fingers wide, and send your thumbs backward. Just until you feel that stretch in your shoulders. Lift your head. Find your gaze out in front of you. Come into your breath. Focus and breathe. And then take an inhale and exhale. Bring your hands down. Again, sometimes what happens when your hands are up, you can also have that low blood pressure drop. So take it down slowly. And if that happens, you can bring your hands to a goalpost, or you can bring your prayer hands up to your heart. Anything that helps you out, because comfort is important. So we're going to just come back to the center. Whatever we do on one side, we got to get on the other side. So we're going to slide this time over. I'm kind of on my left hip, sliding my right foot back, getting my left foot nice and stable. Inhale, lifting, finding a gaze, make sure I'm stable. And then inhale, hands come up. Send your thumbs back, or keep your hands here or at your chest. Your choice. Find your gaze. Come into your breath. Going to do that body scan to make sure we got everything together in our pose. Feet, chest, head, arms, breath, gaze. A lot of things to think about. And take an inhale. And as you're exhaling, bring your hands right down to your heart. So now we know warrior one. We're going to do a sequence where we can get in warrior one, warrior two. So inhale, take your twist over to the side. Inhale, bring your hands up. While you're breathing here, check all your pieces and parts. Feet, chest, head, breath, arms. And then we're going to inhale, create some space, and as you're exhaling, let your right hand come in front and your left hand goes to the back. So now we're in warrior two, and I'm taking my gaze over my front hand. And then inhale as you bring your hands to your heart. This is help you balance as you move back towards center. And then we're going to inhale, take it over to the left. Check your feet. Inhale up. A couple of breaths here as you go through your pose. Get your breath. Find your gaze. And then inhale and create your space. And exhale as your left hand comes forward, your right comes behind you, and you gaze out over your left hand. Still breathing with the idea of creating space in your body, a lift and a lengthen, and then exhale, soften. And then we're going to bring our hands to our heart. And this is called a hand mudra, a hand gesture. It's balancing, keeping both sides steady. So I'm going to walk back to the center, and we're going to add one more piece to that. And we're going to do a reverse warrior. So we're going to have warrior one, warrior two, reverse warrior, and we're going to put that all together in a flow. So first, most important, steady feet. Inhale, relax on your exhale. And then inhale, we're going to take our twist over, step over to the right, planting your feet nice and solid. Inhale, hands come up, warrior one. Shoulders soft. Find all of your pieces and your parts here. Feet, breath, gaze. Inhale. And then as you're exhaling, come into warrior two. So the right hand comes forward, left hand comes back, gazing out over your front hand. Now we're going to turn your right palm up toward the ceiling and hold on to the chair right behind you. Just clip your fingers underneath the lip of the chair. And then inhale, sweep your fingers across the ceiling, look up toward your hand. Inhale, create a lot of space in your torso. And exhale and soften. And then we're going to come back the way we came. So inhale, warrior two. Stay for your exhale. Inhale to warrior one. Hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tiptoe that around. Stay here in seated mountain for a breath. And then on your next inhale, turn to the left. Just your feet. Inhale, hands up to warrior one. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, warrior two, gazing out over your left hand. Then turn your left palm to face the ceiling. Bring your right hand behind you to hold on to your chair. And then as you inhale, sweep your fingers up across the ceiling. Look up toward your hand for a reverse warrior. And inhale to warrior two. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and walk your feet forward. All right, so now we have a sequence. We have a flow to go through. Warrior one, warrior two, and reverse warrior. So those are all of those are grounding poses to make us feel grounded and stable, secure. So we feel that connection to the earth, while at the same time we're lifting and we have a sense of lightness. And now we're going to go through this. I'm just going to name the poses as we go through the flow. And as you get into them, remember that you're going to start with your feet, feeling grounded. And then as you're inhaling, you're lifting and creating space. And as you're exhaling, you're softening and relaxing. So you have to think about your pose, your breath, and what are you gazing at? What is your focal point? So we're going to go through our flow. On your inhale, we're going to take it over to the right. Come into warrior one. Come into warrior two. Warrior, reverse warrior by holding on to the back of your chair, palm to the ceiling, look all the way up. Warrior two, warrior one. Hands to your heart as you work your way forward. Stay for one breath. Inhale. Get ready for warrior one. Warrior two. Turn your left palm to the ceiling, right hand behind. Inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. And warrior two. Warrior one. Hands to your heart. Step it forward. Come into mountain. So you're going to feel grounded. Feel your feet. Pull your shoulders back. Lift your chest and the crown of your head. Pull your fingertips down toward the mat. Close your eyes. And you're going to stay here for 3 breaths. If you've gotten your 3 breaths in, bat your eyes open, still in mountain pose. And we're going to bring, if you can't, we'll have a modification for this. We're going to work our hips a little bit. So left foot is planted nice and strong, chest is lifted, and we're going to take the right ankle and cross it on top of your left thigh. So you might be feeling this right now, right in this left hip here. I'm sorry, right in your right hip. This might be enough. Maybe you just feel like you're really feeling that right now. If it feels like it's too much, just cross over at your ankle. So you still might feel that. Just making that little cross of your leg might make you feel that sensation here on that right side hip. So wherever you're at, ankle crossed, or if you're up here, you're going to inhale up. And we're going to start to lean forward again. So this is going to be more of an intense stretch than when we were folding forward. This adds another layer to that stretch. We're going to stay here for 4 breaths. We can let the stretch work. So once you're here, it is okay to let your head fall down, let your chin start to come to your chest. On your inhales, create a little space in your chest in through your upper back. And as you're exhaling, let gravity do the work, pulling your chest down closer to your legs until you're fully relaxed down. And then go through that cycle again where you inhale and you create the space in your chest and your upper back. And you exhale and melt down. We'll stay here for 3 quiet breaths. Inhale, come up. And we'll stay here for a moment just to let everything come back down. Let yourself adjust. Help yourself unwind. We're going to windshield wiper the legs back and forth. That was a lot. You might be feeling that right there in the hip. I know I was. A good feeling, though. It was a good feeling. My legs will feel a little bit longer when I leave today. So hopefully when you stand up, you'll feel just a little bit lighter and a little bit taller. So next, we've got to take care of the other side. So this time left comes up or it crosses over at the end of your ankle. Again, remember that every side is different. So if this feels too much on this side, it can be expected. So take your leg down a notch. And inhale, lift your chest. And exhale and come forward. And then once you're there, let your head start to fall down. And then take your 3 breaths here, finding length on your inhale and relaxation on your exhale. And inhale up. Make sure everything feels good, that you feel in control. And then unwind, help your leg down. Windshield wiper, back and forth. And come back into mountain pose, so shoulders roll back. Feel your feet. Lift the crown of your head and pull through your fingertips and then relax. Full inhale, full exhale. And then we are going to hold on to the bottom of our chair. Take your feet wide. And I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. And we're going to turn to so that you are facing just about over your right leg, toes pointing towards you. And then we're going to lean forward, placing your hands on your thigh, both hands on your thigh. Press your heels into the floor for stability. Again, you might feel this in your hamstring, so bend your knee a little bit if it's too much for your hamstring. And then we'll roll on up out of this. And once we're up, we take the turn forward. And then inhale and lift, little turn to the left. And as you're exhaling, come forward, placing your hands right on your thigh. Keeping your heels pressed into the floor. You can let your head drop here if that feels okay. And walk that back up. Help your feet slide back onto the floor. And then heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe together. Come back in mountain pose. And inhale, bring your hands up and over your head. And as you're exhaling, press your hands forward like you're stopping someone. And then turn your hands slowly so that your fingers face down. Just really going to feel this in your forearms. And slowly come back up. And then with your left hand, bring your right fingers back towards your body. And then let your fingers point down. And gently pull your fingers towards your body. And inhale, hands back to that stop. And then this time, left fingers point down. Keep breathing. Keep finding that length and softness. It's always a balance. And then we're going to point fingers down in this direction. And gently pull towards you. And gently let your hands come right down towards your lap. Shake your fingers out. Shake your wrists out. Come back into your mountain pose. So we did a lot of work on it with our shoulders today, all of those warriors bringing your hands up into warrior one and warrior two. And we did some shoulder work going around. So we're going to relax our shoulders right now by giving yourself a hug. So we're going to, this time, right arm is going to come on top, left arm is going to go on the bottom. Try to reach around. And as you're inhaling, have your breath expand the top of your back. So fill up the eye. We don't usually do this in yoga, filling up the top, but we want to get a little back stretch in here. So inhale up through the top of your back. Feel a stretch. Exhale, relax. One more time. Inhale, that goes all the way deep down into your belly. Then relax. And let's take our arms out wide like goalposts. Press the backs of your hands to the back wall. And then this time the left arm will come on top. Right arm goes underneath. Reach around, give yourself a hug. Breathing into the upper part of your back to create that stretch. Exhale, get real soft. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale or goalpost another time. Press your arms back. Lift up your chest. And then bring your hands down towards your lap. So we're going to come into, we've got all the different pieces and parts of our body. We've worked our shoulders a lot today. So hopefully you're feeling that range of motion in your shoulders. We worked our knees by turning from side to side in our warriors. We stretched them out, bent them back and forth, worked the ankles and the wrists. So we've got a full body stretch in, full body relaxation. So now we're going to come in and do a little relaxation for your mind. So we're going to come into a visualization meditation. This will take a few minutes. So I want you to be comfortable because you don't want to be thinking, boy, this hurts my side to sit. And then you lose your meditation when you're thinking about something that's making you uncomfortable. So find something that is really comfortable for you. Feel free to scoot back in your chair if you want so that you've got some back support. Or if you have a more comfortable chair you want to sit in that's nearby, you can sit in that. But I want you to feel real comfortable here as you go through a visualization meditation. And you only need to follow the sound of my voice. So go ahead and close your eyes. So there's going to be some breathing involved. So we're going to first go through some breathing exercises that will calm down your nervous system. And you'll have a physiological effect from this nice, long, calm breathing where your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure goes down, and you get a feeling of calmness and relaxation in your body. But then as we go through the visualization, you also start to become relaxed in your mind. It is not so busy racing from thought to thought. So hopefully you will feel fully relaxed after we finish this. So wiggle in, get real comfortable. Bring your hands to a comfortable space. They can be on your thighs. You can let them rest in your lap, whatever's comfortable for you. And then close your eyes. Bring your lips together or have just a little part in your lips so that you have soft jaw. And start by inhaling through your nose. Expand your low belly. Expand your chest. And on your exhale, get soft. Let your shoulders fall down. Let your legs relax. And then inhale. Expand your belly. Expand your chest. Exhale. Soften your legs. Soften your shoulders. Soften your jaw. On this inhale, make it just a little bit longer. Take this inhale as long as it's possible for you. Expanding your belly. Exhale. Check in with all of your body parts. Make sure that you are releasing and relaxing for the whole length of your exhale. And then I'm going to have you practice that inhale and exhale, tuning into the relaxation of your body for the next few breaths. So we're going to sit in silence. And if you hear noises going on around you, just recognize that they're noises and come back to your breath, come back to your relaxation. And now, as you're sitting here, your eyes closed, very connected to your breath, imagine the day just as it is. Spring, beautiful blue sky. Cool, but a gentle, warm breeze. And then you step outside. You feel that warm breeze. You take a few more steps out. You might be on your lawn, in a park, and you feel the softness under your feet, maybe a little muddy. The grass is soft. And you smell that earthy smell of spring when things are just starting to grow. You hear birds chirping, children playing. Maybe the rustling of those dried up fall leaves, or squirrels chittering. And as you look out over this open area of grass, you see a patch of crocus, a green stem growing from the ground, a purple flower. In your mind, create each little part of that flower. And then as you look off to the side, maybe you see some snowbells, a small green flower with a pretty white, or that small green plant with a pretty white flower. Maybe they're intermingled with the crocus. Make that picture in your mind. Bring in all of your senses. What do you feel? The ground, the air, maybe a lightness in yourself. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you see? And take the next several breaths, focusing in on all of those sensations, making that picture in your mind. As you sit in quiet, relaxed stillness. turn your attention inward as you feel the slowness of your breath. As your heart rate has gone down. Stillness in your body. And gently bat your eyes open. Adjust your feet. Maybe walk them out in front of you. I'm going to go real slow. Let your arms come down alongside of you with your fingers hanging down. And then inhale, sweep your hands up and over your head. And exhale. Bring them all the way down. We want to take a little scoot forward in our chairs. Real slow, real gentle with yourself. Work that forward. Step your feet out. Place your hands on your lap. Inhale, we're going to come back up into the mountain pose. Roll your shoulders down and away. Let your hands come down. Stay here for a breath or two, noticing how you might feel a little different than you did right before class. How do you feel in your body? How do you feel in your mind? And then inhale your hands up and over your head. Bring your palms together. And as you're exhaling, let your hands come right in front of your heart. One breath here. Take an inhale. Exhale. And thank you all so much for joining me today for this chair class and for a guided visualization meditation. I appreciate you so much. And thank you again. Namaste. If you have any questions, and also as you start to move around today, start a little bit slow. So hopefully you're very relaxed. So move slow, take it easy before you get into whatever it is you're going to do today. So again, thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you next time. Take care.
Thank you so much, Judy. It was a very enjoyable class.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And again, if anybody else has any questions, just let me know.
Have a great rest of your day, everyone.